important reminder. All information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.
Should we have a little break on this sobering note? Let's just do 5 minutes, yeah? Just have a little breath, whatever. Stretch and move. 5 minutos. Yeah? 5 minutos, only 5 minutos. Hello? Hey Rob, can you two record it and then we'll start it up again when we start it? Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. You were at Pally Rising?
No, I was at a retreat and I couldn't go over there. Very demanding work.
Well, welcome, man. Thanks for being here. You love the joy, don't you? Hold it. This is what God's telling you through the divine messenger. You have to choose. You have to choose. You have to choose to roll another joint or go and do something else. You know? You have to choose to get onto raw foods or just carry on in that the other way. You have to choose to be a kinder, more compassionate human being. You have to choose. And every moment is a choice. And the most important choice I'm communicating is connecting with that divine essence within you through a dynamic relationship where you choose to make that number one in your life all the time, not just in the morning sometimes or at night sometimes, but all the time. You have the intention of bringing that into your life all the time. When you're eating, when you're in the queue at the bank, when you're getting gas, when you're talking, or being here now around us, where's your breath centered? What's your awareness? Are you expanded? Are you open? Are you aware? Are you certain? Are you locked solid, certain on the rock inside yourself? Are you together? Are you in that soul consciousness? Are you got that unshakable invincibility going? Have you got your foundation to deal with the power of God coming into your vortex? It's a choice. You have to make that choice. If you don't choose, then you make the choice not to choose. And it's just a spin. It's a spin. It's not a very pleasant experience. You get banged into things. But as long as you've got the intention, you will be lifted up. Because all is well. All is well. Next slide, please, brother. Oh, you know what? Can we just flick that back one? No, back. Thanks. Look at this. Look at this. This is London. And I'm going to London in a few months. Was born and raised in England. And I'm going over to rock the boat over there. And it's like going to Mordor. Because that's the dark
home of the dragon.
Yeah. It's radical. Yeah. Anyway, who's been to London lately? has the energy in that place. Isn't that radical?
What's the energy?
It's so dark, they perfected this distortion so well over there. It's, the dark Lord of the Rings, check it out. Just that dark power just pulsing out. Those monsters flying through the sky everywhere. It's real. You can choose to keep your head in the bucket of sandwich if you want, or the bucket of chocolate ice cream, or whatever. The way you like. Numb yourself to it. But we're into penetrating it, to going into Goliath and to being so tuned into the living God that's in the essence of everything, the illusion just dissolves. It's just a paper tiger. It's dressed up in a good, pretty mind-blowing suit. They've got vibrational warfare going. They've shattered your psyche. They've done a good job. You've got to go in to connect, to reconfigure yourself. In love, surrender. Next slide, please. We were going to have some tubes, but we'll do it a bit later. Yeah. Most people do not see, understand, or care very much about this catastrophe of the planet because they are overwhelmingly preoccupied with grave psychological problems. The environmental crisis is rooted in the psychological crisis of the modern individual. This makes the search for an eco-psychology crucial. We must understand better what terrible thing is happening to the modern human mind, why it is happening, and what can be done about it. That's an amazing little quote there. We're so blessed here in the Hawaiian Islands. We're just immersed in nature. Our souls are immersed in nature all the time. Some people never see nature hardly. They never get to walk around with bare feet their whole lives. It's radical how unnatural civilization has become. And it's because there's a machine in our heads. There's something infiltrated us, and we've given our sovereignty to it. We've inherited the dysfunction. But the mission is to go in and reclaim it. And nurture it. It's an eternal experience, and the more you do it, the less people out there suffer. When Jesus was crucified in God, fantastic, mate, we're having the best day ever now, just swishing around. He went down into hell to set the captives free. With the more power you've got, the more down deeper into the darkness you want to go. I want to go and see the monsters, mate. I'm not scared of them. Bring them on. I'm not scared of them. I'm so in touch with what is. It's going to be an initiation for me to stand in that power, in the presence, while I'm in their presence. I had them when I was a kid. Rob did too. We're being initiated in powerful ways. Not everyone has to go to Mordor outside, but inside. Next one, please. So we see all this light and wonder shining through. It always has done, it always will do, no matter what they do. And in medieval times, they were having a go. Look, they got the fortresses. Now the barons, they're not running around on the horses and going off to the crusades and stuff. They're doing it through technology. They've got us all running around like maniacs. But this is a wonder. We don't have to get into judgment about it, but let's not be in denial too. This dynamic tension, it's really intensifying. The forces of good and evil. It's a big deal. And it's going on inside of you. And every day, you don't choose to fight. That means go in and with your divine self driving that chariot, like Krishna was the charioteer. It's a good story, that. And Krishna gave the opposing army, the one that Arjuna was not in, the choice of having him, all his soldiers, the army of God again, to fight for him. And they chose his army. The king says, will they be loyal to me? And he said, yeah. He said, right, I'm not in that. There's thousands of them. You're just one. He knew he was God in the flesh, but he still chose his army. What does that tell you? The ego is stupid. You know, it can't see. It can only see what it is. And it's materialist. You know, these things, these monsters, whatever they are, when you go into those dungeons down there, whatever it is, it's terrified. Terrified. Because you can't stop that light. But you have to bring it more into the world. That's what we all have to do. We are the light workers. We're the ones we've been waiting for. We have to do it. So your inner work, your spiritual practice, your purification matters massively. Because if you don't do it, it maintains all this stuff in place. If you don't stop prostituting yourself to alcohol and drugs and all the rest of the shit, junk food, whatever it is, prostituting yourself to places and people and things that you don't need, but you prostitute yourself to that, that's what the ego does. That means we have to have more child prostitutes in the world, more sex slavery. But if you just say no to that, no, I'm going to do something else today. I'm going to choose to walk the next highest, grandest vision of myself. Then we don't have to have so many of those children and so on and stuff. That's how it works. If you crush the innocence within you, if you ignore the creativity that's flowing from within you, the beauty, then beauty is mutilated in the world. That works. Don't pretend that we're here, everything's cool. No, we are in the same soup. And we are. It's about the 100th monkey becoming so bright, so alive, so stoked, so strong, so stable, so real, that your power changes the world. So it's that. Simple as that. Next slide, please.